Yes, as kids, we watched a lot of movies and assumed it was a good thing to do because every loving parents will do that to their kids. Even though our black parents have never done it. So like this other time I was looking up videos on TikTok trying to find a video to inspire me to make a TikTok, and as I was scrolling down for about 5 minutes or so, I come across this video of a bird trying to kill one of her hatchlings, and it caught my attention, making me ask myself a lot of questions and the reason on why she did that. Maybe she was, running short on her rent or something, so she thought, what if I could, I don't know, push one of my hatchlings off the nest, then maybe I would get some insurance worms and I could be able to take care of these losers for the time being till I kill the next one, of course. Nah, I'm joking. But it was a sad video though. Even the background music was uplifting the video to be more sad, as if it wasn't even sad enough, because there were like 5 or 4 of those hatchlings. I don't know, I didn't pay attention to the others because I was paying attention to the one that was getting sacrificed. You know what? Let me just show you just a glimpse of what I'm talking about, okay? That was sad, right? Yeah, I know how you felt. When I saw the video for the first time, it reminded me of a little friend that came into my childhood when I was about 11 years old, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, it was a beautiful normal day. I was at a friend's house playing cards with one of my childhood friends. We'll call him Kevin. And yes, when I was 11 years old, I was still playing with toys, okay? Get over it. Anyways, we were just playing at Kevin's house in the backyard, having fun and whatever. And as we were playing, there was this tree that was next door to one of my best friends, but he wasn't home that day, so we had to play without him. I'll tell you more about him in the upcoming future videos. Anyways, back to the story. Like I said, there was this tree next door and it was so big to a point where some of the shade also went into Kevin's yard. And so we were playing in the shade. Then Kevin saw a hatchling on the ground and he called me to come and see it. So I get over there and fortunately enough, it was still breathing and it had some blood coming out of its mouth, showing that it felt pretty bad. We were so heartbroken when we saw it. I then put it in my hands and we could tell it was trying to tell us something. It was like, what? Can you say that again? We couldn't hear you. I'm sorry, we are having a hard time understanding. I said tell them to subscribe. Tell who? Them. Who's them? Just tell them. The viewers. Okay. God. Subscribe? Good. Now back to the story. Like I said, we were heartbroken. We even tried to look for its nest in the tree, but no luck. So Kevin came up with an idea that maybe we should keep it. And of course I was against it because for one, we don't know anything about birds, and two, it's not easy finding worms on the ground. Back then, I didn't even know if such a thing as bird seeds existed. But even if I knew back then if bird seeds existed, where would we get some money to buy some? Because there's no way we are both telling our black parents to buy us some bird seeds, because they would say no and tell us to leave it when we found it and let nature take its course. And we both know that's not gonna happen. Kevin then said we should give it some cooked rice, chew it and spit it into its mouth because it doesn't know how to chew yet, which now that I'm reading the script, it was not a bad idea. So we agreed on that and now we have to come up with a name for it. The hardest part of the search. It took us hours to find the right one we both agreed on. We were looking up names on some magazines and we couldn't find a good one. Then Kevin took out some gums in his pocket and offered me one, which I said sure. Now, this is very crucial because the name of the gum was Chuppies. And then I said, maybe we should name it Chuppy. Am I good or what? It was the perfect name for the perfect hatchling. We both agreed on it and got started on making its very own nest. We then put together some small boxes and wrapped them together. Then we took a sponge, put it inside the box so it can be a bed. Then an old t-shirt to be a blanket and some other things I don't remember well. Then we placed the box nest inside the tool shed that was in the backyard because we knew that Kevin's parents didn't go inside the shack too often. They just get what they need and leave. And sometimes they tell Kevin to get some stuff in there. So it was the perfect place to hide our very own Chappy. Man, oh man. As kids, I don't know how we did it, but we sure did it. We took very good care of Chappy. We fed him, read him some bedtime stories. This was like living in a fairy tale, my boy. And for some reasons, I don't know why we read him some bedtime stories. It's just a freaking bird. But no, this was our little bird. I guess as kids we watched a lot of movies and assumed it was a good thing to do because every loving parents will do that to their kids. Even though our black parents have never done it even once in their lives. God, what is wrong with black people? Then days go by. We kept Chappy alive for days. I don't know how, but for some reason we pulled it off. We managed to keep our very own Chappy alive for this long. Damn. Even today, as I'm reading the script, I'm still surprised on how we did it. But we did it. We kept him going. Things were looking good on our side. Having Chappy with us felt like we have obtained everything the world had to offer. But sadly enough, like everything else, one day, as I was coming home from school, I was excited. I found a worm at school, so I had to rush home and give it to Chappy. I then went to Kevin's house, and we went to his shack, and they found Chappy dead. That was one of the saddest days of my life, man. Chappy. Our very own Chappy. Dead. We didn't expect it to happen so soon, I guess. So, we had to bury him. We put him on a box of matches and digged him a grave and buried him. We also called some friends along and had a moment of silence. Then after about 30 minutes or so, we went back to being kids again and played some toys and tag. Yeah. And even though we had him for a small period of time, it was nice while it lasted. I'll always cherish those weird things we did for that bird. I'm just hoping he remembers us in heaven or next bird life. So, moral of the story. There's no moral of the story here. Not all stories have morals at the end. This was just me telling you a story of an old friend. Hey guys, thanks a lot for making it through the end of the video. I would like to give a shout out to each and every one of you guys for helping me reach 1k subscribers on this channel. I was supposed to release this video in January, but because I got to spend time with my family on Christmas, I had to put a pause on it, and I guess when it was time to work on it, I got a little bit lazy, but now I'm back for sure. It's crazy, man. Thought I would reach 1k subscribers on the 4th of February, but I guess you guys have bigger plans for me, so please like, share and subscribe if you haven't, and it's okay if you don't feel like subscribing. I've been there too. And again, thanks so much for the love. See you on the next one coming very soon. Peace.